Welcome to Grand Sumo Breakdown,
the unofficial sumo podcast
for official sumo fans.
Welcome to Grand Sumo Breakdown. This is Ryan.
This is Jake.
Today we've got a special bonus episode, I guess.
Is it?
I mean, technically.
I just don't care anymore.
Yeah, I can't really fake it anymore.
I'm still feeling a little bit sick, and that's not helping me. I just don't care about sumo. It's too much.
Yeah, we got into it for all the wrong reasons. We just wanted the fame of having a sumo podcast, and obviously that's worked beyond our wildest dreams.
Now that we're international celebrities, I think we need to move to our true passion here.
Yeah, I mean, it's time for, now that we got a base, we need to go for what we care about, and I think it'll show in our product. We got to talk about pro wrestling, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we this is our real passion.
Definitely.
We looked into sumo, we gave it a try, but it turns out sumo is fixed like boxing. It's not real like pro wrestling.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, to borrow a phrase from Futurama?
I think so.
Yeah. I don't know,
but they said it best.
But it's really true, and I think it's good that we gave up now because it's just in time for the granddaddy of them all.
Exactly. It's WrestleMania season.
It is WrestleMania season.
WrestleMania 34 is in exactly 1 week from today. And you know what? Jake and I were kind of figuring we would take this left turn. Flerick and Mac obviously aren't here today. They kind of fell in love with the sport. We're just kind of pushing them off.
We're going to push them aside with the sport that we're moving on from.
We're doing a rebranding. And so, in fact, you know what? Let me restart the episode. Welcome to Grand Pro Wrestling Breakdown. This is Ryan.
This is Jake.
All right, and we're going to get right into the WrestleMania card in just a moment. But first, we did send our correspondent out to New Orleans to give us a live report.
Yeah, let's check that out. He sent us a bit of a report. Let's see what he's got.
Hey guys, how's it going? Recent listener, really love the podcast. So just had a couple questions about where you guys think the booking of this thing's going forward. Obviously the big storyline going in is Tochi Notion with his performance at the last Ba show. Do you have him go dominate the second one and then try to get to the 33 in the Natsuba show, have that storyline keep going through the rest of the year? Will he get promoted to Ozeki or not? I was wondering what you think about that. Obviously, that's the main event storyline. The other big one, Kakaryu being the only other Yokozuna, has that hand injury right as we're going off the air last time, and then comes in, completely no-sells it in the first match today. Do you think he keeps no-selling it throughout the thing? Maybe halfway through starts selling it a little bit more. And then obviously the mid-card storylines, the big Endo upset. That's a good way to build up a new guy. Maybe have some of the other guys put him over a little bit. And then Guaido, if you keep going with his petering out in the middle gimmick, or since there's only one Yokozuna, have him start a build-up, and then if the other two come back in, you push them back into that same gimmick. Just wondering is sumo different than pro wrestling?
What was that, B?
I think I may have actually mixed up some tickets and sent him to Japan.
Okay. That's understandable. We were still under the Grand Sumo Breakdown brand at that time.
We may have gotten some wires crossed.
All right, that's okay. We'll get him figured out. We'll fly him from Osaka, Tokyo, wherever. I don't care. I never bothered to learn that crap when we were talking about
But I bet
sumo.
you know where WrestleMania is.
It's right in New Orleans, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, that was uncalled for. I know.
I'm excited. I'm just excited.
All right. Well, let's talk about our real passion. Let's start with the what we are expecting to be the first match on the card here. This is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal that they've been doing for a number of years here.
That's right. This will be the 5th edition. They started it at WrestleMania 30. We've had illustrious winners such as Cesaro, The Big Show, and then
do not forget Mojo Rawley.
I was about to move on to the less illustrious winners, such as Mojo Rawley.
I disagree with you there, buddy. Anyways, though, I think that of the people that have officially declared, I think it's pretty obvious that the winner here is going to be Woken Matt Hardy. He's got superpowers, dude. I am terrified of the guy. He's unpredictable. He's got a funny laugh. That's basically the trifecta of winning battle royals.
I don't know what you're talking about. This Matt Hardy, the woken Matt Hardy, whatever it is, it's obnoxious. It's stupid. I don't get it. You got to go with Baron Corbin. This is a guy that is proven to be able to win this match. He won it 2 years ago. It skyrocketed him into stardom. Stardom, in air quotes. But, he's back in it. He's definitely the hands-down favorite to win this thing. Matt Hardy can go play around in his backyard some more.
Ryan, I see I have engaged in a battle of wits with an unarmed man. I don't understand how you could look at the ultimate deletion where Bray Wyatt was deleted in the Lake of Resurrection. Just an absolute slaughter. There's no way he'll ever come back from that. Woken Matt Hardy is clearly the pick.
Woken Matt Hardy needed the help of Senior Benjamin. He needed Brother Nero there. He's going to be
that
all on his
wasn't
own
help.
here.
That was superpowers. Whatever. Let's move on.
There's another battle royal that's happening. We've got the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal. The first one, you got illustrious women such as Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Ruby Riott.
Okay, back off. There's nothing wrong with Ruby Riott. We saw her. We saw her in clubs when she was on the independent scene. She's awesome. But I don't think that she's the favorite to win. I think that's got to be Bayley. She's got heart. She's got fight. She's got spirit. She's got everything.
No. See, Sasha is the way to go here. Sasha is a 4-time women's champion. How many times women's champion is Bayley? Exactly.
You are
0
blinded.
times.
You are blinded by your love for Sasha.
Can I take a quick moment here to just acknowledge the love of my life, Sasha Banks? I believe in you. You are
Ryan,
the boss.
you 6-piece chicken McNobody. Shut up. This is not where this needs to go. Bayley is by far the favorite, and Sasha's the one who stabbed her in the back anyways. They were friends.
Bayley's so naive. She's probably going to form some sort of alliance with Sasha Banks to try to take out all the other women. And Banks is going to stab her in the back again at the opportune time, throw her over the top rope, eliminate the rest of the women. Banks hands down.
Banks does this all the time. Bayley's going to expect it. She's going to hug her to death.
No, not happening. Let's move on. Clearly, you're wrong here. The next match we're looking at, Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. A little bit of setup for this one. Back at WrestleMania 31, The Rock was out doing some bullcrap, whatever The Rock does, and he happened to bring out Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey got on the wrong side of Stephanie McMahon, put her in a kind of a modified standing armbar, and then we didn't hear from Ronda Rousey again until Royal Rumble. Ronda Rousey came out. She pointed at that WrestleMania sign with the best of them, showing her intentions of wrestling at WrestleMania, and here she is today, teaming up with Kurt Angle to go up against Triple H and Stephanie McMahon.
And they're going to destroy them.
What are you talking about?
Ryan, you are a pizza burn on the roof of the world's mouth. There's a gold medalist and a UFC champion in this match, and they're going to absolutely wipe the floor. These are people that have established themselves in sports all across the globe. They're world-renowned athletes, and they're going to kick some serious ass.
Okay, so they have established themselves in other sports. This is pro wrestling. Triple H is at least a 13-time champion. I don't remember. That's how many time champion he is. And he's married to Stephanie McMahon. That's the daughter of the boss. You don't think she's picked up a couple of tricks? You don't think she's learned from her husband, Triple H? These two got the experience in the WWE. They're just going to roll over Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey. Kurt Angle has been beaten by Triple H numerous times throughout his career. What makes you think that's going to change now that he has a newbie on his side who's never wrestled in a pro wrestling match?
Have you seen the arm bars that she can put out? That's like all of Chris Jericho's moves.
Are you some sort of moron? She's not going to get an arm bar on Stephanie McMahon. Triple H has got her so trained to avoid that stuff, there's never going to even be a possibility of that happening. Plus, Triple H is going to start the match with Kurt Angle, wipe the floor with him in 2 minutes, and it's not even going to get to Ronda Rousey.
Do you remember when he won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck?
Do you remember when Triple H won a world title with like blood pouring down his face? At least 3 different times. I'm sure it's happened. When has Kurt Angle done that?
He's probably done that a bunch of times as well.
He's probably won, 3, 4 WWE championships? Triple H wipes his ass with people like Kurt Angle.
Your children will put you in a home, and I bet they'll never even call you. This is just disgusting. I don't understand how you can overlook such established athletes.
Right, like Triple H.
Let's move on.
All right, the next match we have is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Shane McMahon. And let me take a moment to be genuine here. The best thing that is happening at this WrestleMania is Daniel Bryan returning from almost 3 years off of injury, getting finally cleared to come back from his concussions. This is the thing I'm looking forward to the most at this WrestleMania. I never expected this to happen. I'm so happy this is happening. And let me tell you why Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are going to kick his ass.
Ryan, you make me wish I had more middle fingers.
All right. First of all, Daniel Bryan has been on the shelf, like I said, for about 3 years. Shane McMahon literally just had like a hernia surgery or diverticulitis in real life. That is happening. He's going to come back and wrestle like 2 or 3 weeks after that? No, I don't think so. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, top of their game, going up against an old, injured, barely wrestles guy versus another slightly less old, always injured, and hasn't wrestled in 3 years guy. No, I'm taking Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
You're crazy. Do you even remember WrestleMania 30 when Daniel Bryan wrestled twice in the same night?
Yeah, and I remember
held up
like
all
a
the
month
belts.
later
I
when
think
he
he
got
had at least
concussed.
7 or 8 belts by the end of that event.
It doesn't matter how many belts he had. How many belts did he have a month later when he was on the sideline for another 6 months because
that
he
was
got
for
concussed?
medical reasons. He's back now. He's all healed up, and he's an all-time great.
No.
And don't forget, Shane is goddamn nuts. He's going to go through all sorts of different windows and shit like that. It's going to be crazy, and he's going to throw everybody. It's just going to be a spot monkey fest. It'll be amazing.
If Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn simply look at Daniel Bryan a little too hard, that guy's going to get concussed and he's going to be out on the shelf for another 3 years. No, there's no way that this happens. And by the way, forgot to mention, because I got a little too excited there, if Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn win this match, they're rehired because technically they've been fired by Shane McMahon. But if Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon win the match, then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn stay fired off of SmackDown Live.
All right. Well, the next one that we wanted to talk about, we're not really. It's rumored to be the case, but it looks like it's not quite confirmed yet.
So John Cena has been calling out The Undertaker for the past few weeks. John Cena's kind of been really crappy this year. He hasn't secured himself a spot in the road to WrestleMania. He didn't win the Royal Rumble match. He tried to get into the SmackDown Live Championship match. He didn't win that. He lost the Elimination Chamber match. John Cena was directionless, and so he decided to call out The Undertaker and try to get
Stupid move.
We'll see about that. Undertaker hasn't even accepted the challenge yet. The Undertaker's being a coward about the whole thing.
I did hear he accepted a WrestleMania challenge from Heath Slater, though. We'll see how that goes.
That's fake news. I think you're reading the tabloids a little bit too much there. I don't think there's any way we allow Heath Slater onto the WrestleMania card.
The part that it doesn't matter, though. The Undertaker's the Undertaker, and he's way more Undertaker than Cena is the Undertaker. And I think when it comes to WrestleMania, that's basically the end-all, be-all. How many times has The Undertaker lost at WrestleMania?
Twice.
Exactly. That's probably less than Cena, and I'm not positive because I didn't do my homework.
Cena has lost in a triple threat match to Randy Orton and Triple H. He has lost to The Miz. He has lost to The Rock.
That's
3 right there.
Boom, and it's over. That was quick. Ryan, if you were any stupider, we'd have to water you.
Who's the one that's pulling out all these facts right here? Come on, you're the stupid asshole right now who's thinking that The Undertaker, who hasn't fought in over a year, could possibly beat John Cena. That's if the coward even shows up to wrestle at the show.
Coward. Jesus Christ, Ryan. You're not the dumbest person on the planet, but you better hope that he doesn't die.
You know what? I'm getting tired of listening to all this bullcrap that you're trying to spout off. John Cena has called out The Undertaker for 3 straight weeks. The Undertaker has all this magic voodoo, hoodoo crap that he could do. He could do gongs at the drop of a hat. He could lower the lights. He can shoot lightning. He hasn't done nothing to John Cena. John Cena's trying to provoke the guy. No, The Undertaker doesn't have it anymore. Even if The Undertaker finds the stones to come and challenge John Cena at WrestleMania, the guy's going to be too much of a coward once he actually gets in the ring. He's just going to lay down flat and let John Cena cover him for the 3. He doesn't even know what's coming at him.
If there hasn't been any lightning striking inside the Raw arena or anything like that for weeks, you think he might be saving it up? I think John Cena's going to get struck by all sorts of silly powers. Is The Undertaker some sort of
battery? He's just storing up all of his lightning power? No, I don't think you know how supernatural powers work.
He's a dead man, and I don't really even know what that means, but they say it every time that he wrestles, and that's what's important here.
Well, the man's been buried alive at least 3 times, and he's come back each and every time. I'm not saying that's not impressive. I'm just saying if John Cena got buried alive, he could do it at least 5 times and have no ill effect.
That's too many times to be buried alive. At that point, you wouldn't be alive anymore.
Whatever. Let's move on to the next card. We've got Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali. Are we sure this is WWE?
I think I've heard one of those names before.
It says for the vacant cruiserweight title. That must be
it's for a title.
It must be happening. I mean, never really heard of it.
wait.
Oh, it's that 205 Live show that they put on after SmackDown that we never watched.
It's the little guys.
Yeah, it's
Those little guys. They'll never be headliners.
I guess I'll take Cedric Alexander.
You son of a bitch. I hope all the bad things in life happen to you and nobody else but you.
Are you telling me you're taking this Mustafa Ali?
Of course
guy?
I'm taking Mustafa Ali. Are you crazy?
Cedric Alexander could jump and spin circles around this dude, I assume.
So the next match we're looking at here is Cesaro and Sheamus, The Bar, versus Braun Strowman and TBD for the Raw tag titles.
Yeah, so a little bit about this match. Cesaro and Sheamus have run roughshod over the Raw tag team roster. They've beat, you know what? It doesn't even matter who they are. They beat them all. Doesn't even matter. And so they had a battle royal between all the tag teams to figure out who's going to face Cesaro and Sheamus, The Bar. And Braun Strowman just entered it on his own, thinking that he could win a tag team title shot. And he did, but he doesn't have a tag team partner. And if he doesn't get a tag team partner, he's not going to have a match at WrestleMania against these guys.
You know, I think he may have two tag team partners, and it's these hands, and they're going to get them and whatnot, or however his phrase goes. And have you seen the guy? He's gigantic. The sides of his head are shaved, and he's got a giant beard. I don't understand how you think that anybody can stand a chance. Doesn't matter who his tag team partner is.
You're right. Nobody can stand a chance, but Two Bodies certainly can. And it's the best tag team that Raw has going. They're at least 4-time champions. They're Cesaro. They're Sheamus. They're great individually. Put them together as a team. These are the guys that ended the New Day's record-long title reign. These guys have beaten Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and all the rest of them. You think one Braun Strowman is going to be enough to handle these guys? It doesn't matter who his tag team partner is. Once Braun Strowman doesn't have the chemistry that Sheamus and Cesaro have together, they're not going to be able to form an alliance that will work against a team the likes of Sheamus and Cesaro.
That was pretty close. But you're not pretty enough to be this dumb, Ryan. Did you even watch the Royal Rumble? Did you see all the things that Braun Strowman lifted? Can a man who lifts things so big and regularly possibly lose to two other people? It will take many more than that.
This isn't a battle royal or Royal Rumble where you have to lift people over the top rope. This is a wrestling match.
That actually was at the Royal Rumble, but it wasn't the Royal Rumble match. That was the title match with Brock Lesnar and Kane. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay.
It's fine. It's fine. You know what? I don't even have to say anymore. You've thrown me off track, but I still know I'm right. You know I'm right. We'll move on to the other tag team championship match. This is the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. This is versus the Usos, the reigning champions, the New Day, and the Bludgeon Brothers. And a little bit about this match. The New Day and the Usos were having a title match back at Fastlane at the beginning of the month, and then the Bludgeon Brothers just come out and literally kill them all. They're all dead now, but somehow they're going to crawl their corpses back out from their graves and fight at WrestleMania to determine the new tag team champions. Who you got, Jake?
Ryan, I think this one's pretty obvious. Only one of the teams in this match have gigantic beards and hit people with hammers. That's basically the 1-2 punch for tag titles.
You know what? I've got to go back to my same argument that I had with Cesaro and Sheamus. You got the tag team continuity that the Usos have. These guys are brothers. They've been together their whole life. There's no way that they're going to let the annoying New Day and their pancakes or the Bludgeon Brothers beat them. They got the Uso Penitentiary. They got, whatever that annoying bullcrap was. They got all that going for them. These guys are clearly the ones to beat in this match.
I want to see it from your point of view, Ryan, but I cannot get my head that far up my ass. You are the reason there are instructions on shampoo bottles. These guys are like from the swamp. They probably wrestle alligators or some shit like that. They're gigantic. This is going to be no contest. They're going to toss everybody out of the ring. Well, except for I guess.
Once again, not a Royal Rumble or a Battle Royal match, but that is not the determining factor.
But they'll probably get one guy back in the ring and then pin that guy.
These are you say these guys are from the swamp, which reminds me, they were cast off by Bray Wyatt, and Bray Wyatt was just beat by that moron Matt Hardy. So how good
they got rid of the dead
be?
weight. They got rid of the dead weight, Ryan. They're moving on. They're going to be their own thing now. Beards, swamps, for
hammers.
The win. Yeah. It's great. They got this match, no problem.
All right, so everybody agrees with me. The Usos are winning that match. Let's move on to Charlotte Flair versus Asuka. Asuka, the first ever Women's Royal Rumble winner. She kind of surprised the world, went off-brand, and is facing Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's title instead of Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's title. Jake, who do you got winning this one?
I got Asuka, and I don't think it's even going to last 2 minutes.
What are you, a moron? There's no way that Asuka wins this match in 2 minutes. I got Asuka winning this thing in a minute 30 tops. There's no way that Charlotte can last 2 minutes with Asuka. Did you see what she did to that enhancement talent on Raw this past week? Literally 10 seconds, one kick to the head, done. I don't see Charlotte lasting a minute 30.
Ryan, you are not being the person Mr. Rogers wanted you to be. This is going to last less than 2 minutes. It's going to be no contest. Nobody's ready for Asuka. She scares me, and I'm only watching it on TV.
I can't see how you could see this going at least 2 minutes. Asuka's got so many moves that she can do to Charlotte. I mean, Charlotte's a great champion in her own right. She's been champion for a long time. She's held the championship multiple times. Whatever. That's nothing. This is Asuka. This is the Empress of Tomorrow we're talking about. You know what? Not even a minute 30. 30 seconds.
I think we kind of got on autopilot. I think we're arguing for the same side here.
You didn't have Charlotte?
No, I picked Asuka.
Oh. Okay, so the Raw Women's Championship match, we got Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. Bliss and Jax, they were good buddies for a long time, and then Alexa Bliss and Mickie James were just shooting the breeze with a camera rolling, and Nia Jax...
Not Tyler Breeze, just the Breeze.
Correct,
right.
No.
Got it.
And basically Alexa Bliss just admitted to the whole world that she's been using Nia Jax. Can you believe that? Somebody so pure and lovely and just beautiful and... just makes you want to be a better man, like Alexa Bliss, like somebody that is just the epitome of what you want a woman to be.
Ryan,
a goddess.
This is why everyone talks about you when you're not around. Nia Jax has got this match. Bliss is a manipulator. She's got you under her spell. Jax is huge. She's related to The Rock or something. I think she's got that going for her because she does the Samoan drop. That's basically all you need. Bliss is tiny. She's got nothing. Yeah, she like tries to be strategic, but she's not a master manipulator like she thinks she is.
When she looks at you with her eyes and like you make the eye contact with Alexa Bliss, you just like feel a feeling deep in your heart like I need to be a better man. I need to be a good man for this woman because she just makes me be the best man that I can be, and I've never felt that when I've looked at any other woman. And I just...
Weren't you just talking this way about Sasha like 2 minutes ago?
Wait, which one are we talking about?
So the next match that we're looking at here is the U.S. title match. We got champion Randy Orton versus Bobby Roode versus Jinder Mahal versus Rusev. Who you got, Ryan?
I've got Rusev Day all over this one. Did you know WrestleMania is going to be on Rusev Day?
I did not.
Yeah, I've got Rusev Day all over this. I mean, how could Rusev possibly lose on Rusev Day? Just happens to land on WrestleMania. Fantastic. It's Rusev 100%. Machka, you know.
I envy people who haven't met you, Ryan. This is clearly Orton's fight to win. Fight to lose. You know what I meant. I'm picking Randall Orton, okay?
Randall Keith Orton.
Yes.
Or whatever K stands for.
That sounds right. You said it confidently.
Kendall? Kenny?
Keith is probably the better bet.
Kimber?
He's the apex predator. He is the viper. He's going to punt people's heads off. He's going to get RKOs out of nowhere and such like that. He's going to do his thing. He is experienced. He's been to WrestleMania dozens of times, probably. I didn't do the math exactly. But damn it, this is his match.
I can't believe you would spout out such nonsense like that. Randy Orton is legend killer. Tell me, who's the legend in this match?
Wait, if you're arguing Rusev's the legend, then Randy Orton's going to kill him, though.
No. There is no legend in this match besides Randy Orton. Randy Orton will take himself out of this match, and Rusev will pick up the pieces and take the U.S. title from him.
Holy shit. Oh, my God.
All right, well, Jake picks up his brain off the floor. Let's move on to the Intercontinental Championship match.
What am I doing here?
The champion, The Miz, versus Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor in a triple threat match. Jake, who do you got?
I got anybody but The Miz.
Hold on!
He is a wannabe A-lister who can't fight. Baylor's got like freaking demon powers or some crap. I don't even know. And Rollins is actually from Davenport, Iowa. Pretty close to where we are. Yeah, that's
I
pretty cool.
live close there. But it doesn't matter. The Miz, he is the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. He is at least 20-some days away from holding the Intercontinental Championship for longer than any other man in history. He has the Miz-tourage backing him up, with stars the likes of Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, whose stars greatly outshine those of Finn Balor and Seth Rollins themselves. So how do those two think they even have a chance against The Miz, who can hold such illuminaries as Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel under his thumb?
Everyone who tells you they love you is lying, Ryan. This is just embarrassing. He's an actor, for Christ's sakes. He's just this chicken shit little guy who runs away anytime anybody comes after him. And he's got two of the most technical, frightening, brutal wrestlers on the entire roster coming at him. I think either of these guys can take it, but it's not going to be Miz.
You call him an actor, and you know what? He is an actor, and he's an amazing actor. You know what he's acting like right now? The greatest, by God, Intercontinental Champion of all time, and his acting isn't going to end at WrestleMania.
This act isn't even going to eclipse the Marine 2.
Oh.
Is that the one he was in?
He was in at least 3 of them.
Either way, that was kind of a low blow. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, let's move on.
I'm sorry.
I
ruined the moment.
AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura, the winner of the Men's Royal Rumble this past year for the WWE title. Don't really have a lot for this match. I mean, Nakamura's a cool guy. AJ Styles is a cool guy.
Yeah, they're pretty all right.
Yeah, they fought each other back in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Nakamura beat him. AJ Styles didn't like that. Nakamura did. I've got AJ Styles.
God damn it, Ryan. You're like Rapunzel, but instead of letting down your hair, you let down everyone in your life. This is clearly Nakamura. He's an expert. He is a veteran. He's been around. He does crazy kicks and dance moves and stuff, and that's what's really important here. How many dance moves does Styles know?
This is the house that AJ Styles built
in the last year and a half?
2 years at least. This is his third WrestleMania. Know how many WrestleManias Shinsuke Nakamura's been to? 0. He doesn't have what it takes to make it on the big stage of WrestleMania. AJ Styles destroyed Shane McMahon in the match of WrestleMania last year. AJ Styles has held the WWE Championship for most of the last year. He's beaten John Cena. He's beaten Dean Ambrose. He could beat the likes of Shinsuke Nakamura. This guy walking down with the little violin to the ring. Nobody gives a shit about Shinsuke Nakamura. You know what? Shit-stain Nakamura. That's what they should call him.
Try it again.
Shit-stain Nakamura. That's what they should call him.
There you go. Ryan, the idiot store called. They're running out of you. This is just ridiculous. I don't understand how you think a little guy like that, he wears little gloves to the ring. Oh, isn't that cute?
You know
Nakamura, what?
He has to use those little gloves, and he has to put on that little soccer mom haircut that he has because he needs to lull his guys into a false sense of security because somehow this makes sense, and it makes him better at wrestling.
God damn it. I don't understand how you even have a podcast on wrestling right now. If you were on life support, I would pull the plug to charge my phone, Ryan.
Whatever. Everybody knows AJ Styles is winning, and now we move on to what we assume will be the main event. We've got Brock Lesnar, the reigning, defending, undisputed, Universal Heavyweight Champion versus Roman Reigns for the Universal title. Brock Lesnar has held this title since last WrestleMania, where he was the only guy to beat Goldberg clean in a match, and now he's going up against Roman Reigns. Jake, spout off some dumbass crap about how you think somebody's going to win this match.
Jesus, Ryan, how are you the sperm that won? Brock Lesnar is the beast. I'm going to try and bring up a Paul Heyman speech because he can talk him up a lot better than I can. But God damn it, he's the biggest. He's the best. 16 or however many suplexes to John Cena that one time.
You know what? Brock Lesnar may be the beast, but that's vague. I don't even know what a beast is. What is this beast? You know what Roman Reigns is? He's the big dog, and this is his yard. And I'll take the big dog over the beast any day. You know, back at WrestleMania 31, they had this match, and Roman Reigns clearly was going to win that match until that little snake in the grass, Seth Rollins, came in and ruined his chance at the championship. Roman Reigns is going to dominate Brock Lesnar, just like Brock Lesnar has been dominating him the past 2 weeks. I know this doesn't make sense, but trust me, the law of reverse momentum, it's going to happen.
You jive turkey, Ryan. May your bum be itchy and your arms short. This is just ridiculous. I don't understand why you can even back a guy like Reigns. I mean, for God's sakes, what kind of a wrestler doesn't even take his shirt off in the ring? That's just kind of goofy looking.
About his pecs.
Is that what it is?
I would assume.
I don't know, because nobody's shooting bullets at him. I mean, that's certainly not the reason. That doesn't make any sense. Brock Lesnar, UFC champion, WWE champion, a third thing, and he'll stay the champion. You know what? You know what? Your mother is a hamster and your father smells of elderberries.
That doesn't even matter because Roman Reigns is a guy that has the lineage to beat Brock Lesnar.
Who cares?
He's got his family. He's got the NOE family, however you pronounce it. He's got The Rock as his cousin. This is a guy that's going to walk down the ramp to WrestleMania, and he's going to destroy Brock Lesnar. He's going to become the Universal Champion. He's going to be the Universal Champion for the rest of our lives, and you're going to like it.
You are as useful as Anne Frank's drum set and or Helen Keller's binoculars. You know what? Fuck it. I quit. I'm done.
All right, we're back. And so we just made our picks for WrestleMania. We have 14 matches that we picked. Could end up only being 13, depending on the coward Undertaker accepting John Cena's challenge or not.
Or Heath Slater's challenge.
Correct, whichever. But so we need to decide a punishment for the loser of the picks. And we're not going to be like those wussies, Mac and Flair on Grand Sumo Breakdown.
Yeah, no poems, no songs, none of that. How about the loser has to set themselves on fire?
No. The next time we do a podcast, the loser has to eat a Tide Pod and then record.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, we're not doing any of that. Flair and Mac were holding us back on the punishment.
Yeah, no kidding.
I can't believe we let those guys have so much.
We need some things with
power
permanent
on that
damage
podcast.
here.
Yeah, exactly. If you're going to lose, you better lose.
It's going to have to matter.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so they might have their Jake's fun facts on
screw
Sumo
that
podcast. Yeah, no, we don't do that. What are they? We have Jake. They can't do that anymore. What are they gonna do? Max fun facts? Oh no, that works. You guys can't do that. That's on our podcast.
Flarrick's fun fact. Oh, that kind of rolls not too bad.
Yeah, that's got
either.
the triple F thing. Whatever. It's time for Ryan's tasty tidbits.
Ooh.
All right, our first tasty tidbit is going to be about Roman Reigns, the guy who's going to defeat that little pussy Brock Lesnar in the main event of WrestleMania this year.
Oh, bless your heart.
So if, as assumed, Roman Reigns is in the main event of WrestleMania, it's going to be his fourth straight WrestleMania main event. Do you know there's only one other person to have accomplished that feat? Can you name him?
I want to say The Rock, but I'm going to go with Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Incorrect. Stone Cold Steve Austin is only main evented 3 and 2 in a row.
Oh, let me get one more guess.
All right.
Hulk Hogan.
That is correct.
Yeah.
So it's a little unclear on how many in a row it exactly is, at least in my mind. It's either 4 in a row or 5 in a row from WrestleMania 5 to either WrestleMania 8 or 9.
Is it kind of one of those depends on what you call a match deals?
Yeah, so WrestleMania 5, he beat Macho Man Randy Savage. WrestleMania 6, lost to the Ultimate Warrior. WrestleMania 7, he beat Sergeant Slaughter. WrestleMania 8, he beat Psycho Sid. So that's definitive 4.
5, 6, 7, 8. Got it.
5, 6, 7, 8. Definitive 4. WrestleMania 9, the advertised main event was Yokozuna versus Yokozuna. That brings me back to those crappy
back in the
sumo
old days. Glad we've moved on from that.
Yeah.
We had a real Yokozuna in this match, though.
Yeah, exactly. The Yokozuna versus Bret the Hitman Hart. The match ended with Yokozuna defeating Bret Hart. But then at the very end, Hulk Hogan comes out. He's like, oh, no, hey, let me fight him for you. And because we're like buddies and stuff and for honor and stuff. And so there's like a 2-minute match at the very end where Hulk Hogan beats Yokozuna. So it could be 4 or 5, depending on if you really consider that a main event.
I gotcha. Pretty cool, though.
But yeah, so I got so Roman and Hogan would be the only two with 4 straight main events. There are 3 others who have done it 3 times in a row. You want to take a gander at who those 3 might be?
Ooh. So you said it was not Steve Austin because he only had 2 that were in a row.
Yep.
I would say the Rock is
That's one of
probably
them.
in that discussion. Triple H.
That's another.
Ooh, and John Cena.
Those are all 3. So we have The Rock headlined WrestleManias 15 through 17. Triple H was in 20 through 22, the main event, and Cena was in the main event of 27 through 29. And so that brings us to the most overall WrestleMania main events. Who do you think holds that title?
John Cena.
That is actually incorrect.
Ooh.
There are 2 people ahead of John Cena.
Is Hulk Hogan one of them with those
Hulk
5?
Hogan is ahead of him. Hulk Hogan, once again, depending on what you consider WrestleMania 9, has 7 or 8. So he also headlined WrestleManias 1, 2, and 3. So, yeah. So Hulk Hogan either has 7 or 8 headlines. And like I said, there are 2 people ahead of Cena. And the other one is actually Triple H, who has headlined 7 WrestleManias, believe it or not. WrestleMania 16, I'm just going to run through them real quick for you. WrestleMania 16, Triple H versus The Rock versus Mick Foley versus The Big Show in a fatal 4-way match. And then you had WrestleMania 18 versus Chris Jericho. WrestleMania 20 versus Shawn Michaels and Chris Benoit. WrestleMania 21 versus Batista. WrestleMania 22 against John Cena. WrestleMania 25 against Randy Orton. And then WrestleMania 32 against Roman Reigns.
Wow, holy cow.
Yeah, that's a lot more than I thought before I started doing research. But
yeah, I always figured he would be kind of on that like second tier below like Hogan and Cena and The Rock and Austin.
Now, speaking of Cena and The Rock, they are the next top 2 guys. They both have 5, and they both did two back-to-back WrestleMania main events against each other, which both bolstered their numbers.
Oh, that's true.
And then after that, with 4 apiece, is Undertaker and the Shawn Michaels, who have also had a WrestleMania main event against each other. And then there's a few others with 3, but most notable, Stone Cold Steve Austin. And actually, it might only just be Stone Cold Steve Austin at 3.
Kind of surprised he only had 3.
Yeah, he actually wasn't around too amazingly long.
He had like the highest peak, but not the longest. Yeah, right?
Because like he really came on the scene at WrestleMania 13. He might have been at WrestleMania 12 or 11, but WrestleMania 13, his match with Bret the Hitman Hart, one of the greatest matches of all time. And then
Is that the one where he wouldn't tap out?
Exactly, yeah. The bloody face, not tapping out, passing out due to the pain.
That was awesome.
Iconic. And then you had him at WrestleMania 14 in the main event against Shawn Michaels, 15 main event against The Rock, 16 doing some bullcrap nobody cared about, 17 main event against The Rock, and then 18 he did some bullcrap people don't care about, and then 19 his last WrestleMania match against The Rock. So really only 6 to 7 years at the top, whereas Triple H has been around since... I mean, we said he main evented
late
16,
90s, right?
And he still has a match that's going on here. So he definitely did not have the longevity the other guys did. If he did...
Don't forget, Steve Austin, he was also the special guest referee in that epic showdown between Brock Lesnar and Goldberg the first time.
Oh, dear God. I try not to think about that match whenever possible. I think he was also a special guest referee.
Oh, I'm sure he was for other stuff.
Yeah. No reason to get into that. But so we went through all of the WrestleMania matches at WrestleMania 34, and that is a total of 14 matches, which is quite a few, but it's not the most in WrestleMania history.
Ah, yes. Obviously, that would go to WrestleMania 4.
That is correct. That would be WrestleMania 4.
That's right. I caught up to our notes here.
WrestleMania 4 had 16 matches in
Wow.
it, and what drove that is it was a tournament to crown the WWE champion, a 16-man tournament to determine the WWE champion.
What was the 16th match then?
It was some battle royal, I think.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a women's match. I don't fully remember. Obviously, I wasn't alive at that time.
Ah, that would be part of it.
I have watched that WrestleMania just on a VCS tape years ago when I was in college. But the reason...
On a VCS tape, nice.
VCR tape.
There you go.
Whatever. So the reason that the WWE Championship had been vacated and he needed to be crowned in this tournament was Andre the Giant had sold the title to the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, and then
That scoundrel.
yeah, and because Andre the Giant wanted to use that money he got from Ted DiBiase to go on like a vacation for the year, take some time off, but then. After the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, had the title, it was vacated by the WWF president, Jack Tunney. And so he set up this 16-man tournament at WrestleMania 4, and really, the great WrestleMania. I mean, there's so many matches. They only had so much time to do it. A lot of short matches. But the final match between Ted DiBiase and Macho Man Randy Savage, with Macho Man coming out on top at the end, was pretty entertaining.
Cool. All right, what else we got?
And our last tasty tidbit is the WrestleMania numbering system has had an identity crisis in its long 34-year tenure. So WrestleMania 1 it was just called WrestleMania. Didn't have any numbering with it. WrestleMania 2 was the standard like English number 2 that you
Arabic
see.
numerals?
Arabic numerals. And then WrestleManias 3 through 15 had the longest sustained like similar numbering style. Went to Roman numerals from WrestleMania 3 through 15. And then
was that WrestleMania 2000 after that?
And then WWE lost its damn mind for a space of 5 years. Because WrestleMania 16 was, yes, WrestleMania 2000. And then WrestleMania...
They skipped a few.
Yeah, just a few. And then WrestleMania 17 was WrestleMania X, the letter X, so the Roman numeral for 10, and then the written out English word 7.
Oh.
So WrestleMania like 10-7.
So it wasn't like X7. It was like XSEVEN.
Yes.
That's stupid.
And then WrestleMania 18 was WrestleMania Roman numeral X 10.
Get it all out.
Was WrestleMania 18 was the Roman numeral 10 or the X, and then the Arabic numeral 8. So 10-8.
Okay.
And then WrestleMania 19 and 20, they decided to go back to all regular Roman numerals. So XIX for 19, XX for 20. And then WrestleMania 21 through 23, they went back to Arabic numerals.
My God.
And then WrestleMania 24 through 30 was the second longest sustained period for a similar style, where they went back to Roman numerals again. So XXIV through XXX. And now WrestleMania is, I'm going to call it like the logo era, where they don't include a number, but they have like a specific logo for each one. So like WrestleMania 31 was like WrestleMania Play Button because it was in Silicon Valley. WrestleMania 32 was WrestleMania Star because it had the star in the logo. They were in Texas. Dallas Cowboys have the star as their thing.
Sure.
WrestleMania 33 was in Orlando, Florida. It's sunny there. They had the sun in the logo. WrestleMania Sun.
Oh, I get it.
And WrestleMania 34 is in New Orleans, so they have the Fleur de Lis on there. And so that is the long and arduous numbering system for WrestleMania.
And probably the longest amount of time anybody has ever spent analyzing it.
I knew it was weird, but I didn't realize that it got that weird.
Fair enough. Well, anyways, we did hear from our correspondent B one more time here.
Right.
We're gonna see what he got, and we'll be right back in a moment.
Hey guys, me again. I see where I was confused last time, but I think I finally got this whole sumo thing figured out. Anyway, I was just wondering what you guys thought of the booking for Osaka. Obviously, the whole tournament was designed to reestablish Kakadyu as a main eventer, especially with the other two big-name draws sidelined with injuries. I thought it was effective, having him only lose twice throughout the tournament. I'm guessing he'll stay top of the card, at least as long as the other two Yokozuna are out. Past that, I'm guessing his storyline will depend on what creative has for the other two when they get back, so we'll see. I also like Tochinoshin continuing the babyface push. Obviously, the angle changed from back-to-back Yusho champ to the longer kind of Ozeki chase storyline, which can go on for months. And having him get his win back from Kakadyu was a highlight for sure. It's always nice seeing the established guys put over the up-and-comers, but not everything made sense to me, though. Like, why have Goedo turn heel with that Henka? It would have been effective, especially when it's against the most over babyface in the company, but you book his heel turn in his hometown and then expect him to get booed? Not a chance. Bad booking. Pulled the trigger at the wrong time, in my opinion. I mean, maybe they're doing some Ozeki slow burn storyline with Tochinoshin down the road, but it was just awkward. Also, I'm not sure how I feel about this sudden Kaisei push. They strapped the rocket to him, only to feed him to Kakadyu in a 3-second squash. Seems like they were trying to redo the Tochinoshin storyline from January and bailed on it. Maybe Kaisei had heat backstage, I don't know. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it too. I'll talk to you next pay-per-view. I mean Basho. Yeah.
That gigantic moron. He's still in Japan.
I actually looked it up. I gave him the wrong tickets. That's my bad.
That's our money that you're wasting.
Yeah, well, it was podcast money, and I don't know. I wasn't careful.
All right,
whatever. I think I was still in the depths of my depression, realizing I didn't actually like sumo that much.
We'll just fire the guy, blame it on him. We'll get legal to cover the funds.
Yeah.
Let's just move on. So if you enjoy the new Grand Pro Wrestling Breakdown, rate us on iTunes or whatever the frick Flerick wanted to tell me. He was probably lying to me about that Apple podcast. He probably drove our numbers down because it's probably still iTunes, I would imagine.
That was probably his goal. But you can find us on Twitter at GPWB, I guess is our new abbreviation.
Something like that. And Facebook.
Yeah.
It's still Grand Sumo Breakdown.
Hey guys,
we haven't.
What's
What?
going on down here?
Oh, shit, is that Flerick?
Yeah.
You guys recording?
Nothing. Cheese it. Cheese it. Go.
What the hell? You guys are recording. Well, hey audience. It's just us again. All right. I have a confession to make. Sumo, I'm not a huge fan. You know, what I really want to talk about is what happened last night in the Freakish Star League. That's right, StarCraft Brood War in 2018. What did we have this last week? Oh, we had Jaedong playing in groups. Oh, he went 2-0. What a sight to behold.